been great. You know, the O-line, we've just been focusing on being consistent throughout this whole camp, and I think that's the biggest thing we've been focusing on so far.
Is he bringing some new, style and new tips to the offensive line this season that he's bringing in?
Not really. We're just trying to really be consistent, and we're hungry this year. I think we're hungrier this year.
In the drill we saw yesterday, it looked like Coach Channing was really getting after you guys. Was there any particular reason for that, you think? Or,
Yeah, like the main reason, we just want to be consistent because I think that's one thing that we've kind of been lacking this fall camp, and we just kind of want to keep that up.
Within there, does it feel like you have two O-line coaches every day now with Coach Brendan and then you got Coach Chaney too?
I mean, yeah, he's a great addition when he comes over there to help us, but he just wants us to be better.
Jeremy was saying late last week that y'all weren't close to deciding on the 5 for the offensive line. How does that kind of change the practice dynamic when y'all are kind of mixing and matching and there's not a clear set of 5?
Well, definitely. Iron sharpens iron, and we definitely want to get better. So just having multiple guys that can play different positions, that's really helpful when you get into the season.
Brendan, for you, what was Sunday like, scrimmaging again, being in a stadium? I mean, what was the feeling like for you, coming back from the injury and all that?
It was great, just having the opportunity just to be back out there with my guys and just being able to compete, and that's what I love. I'm just happy to be out there.
How would you kind of rate your scrimmage? Where do you think you are right now, and what do you need to focus on?
Well, I'm definitely not where I want to be, so this week I just want to focus on being consistent and just being able to put everybody on the same page, I would say.
What is holding the unit back specifically that you think from kind of tapping into that consistency? Jeremy talked about kind of some lost yardage, the hidden yardage yesterday that you guys kind of, I guess, gave away maybe in the scrimmage. From a player's perspective, what's holding you guys back?
I can't think of anything specifically, but I had to say just getting everybody on the same page. I mean, as an offensive line, one person can't shine. It's a whole unit, so we have to make sure we're all on the same page before each snap.
Have you guys think there's some pre-snap penalty stuff that needs to be cleaned up? That's something that Jeremy kind of alluded to yesterday.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I'd just say basically just what I said before, just being on the same page and making sure everything's correct.
What do you think is the biggest difference in what y'all have on the offensive line now versus maybe this time a year ago when y'all were just getting ready to start?
Well, I try to put last year into the past when thinking about this year and just try to make a clean slate. So I wouldn't really say anything about last year.
Brandon, do you find yourself cautious about coming off that injury this season, kind of working your way back, kind of seeing how you're going to do in a scrimmage situation like that?
No, I wouldn't really be cautious because, these opportunities don't come once in a lifetime. So I just try to, push myself and go as hard as I can because I want to give myself that opportunity.
You guys had a speaker come in, I think this week, talk about finances, secure the bag. What did you take away from that session?
I think the biggest thing I take away is just learning about, there's credit and the different things that work behind that, and there's more to it. That's what I learned about it.
Brendan, is it hard? How hard is it to have everybody on the same page when you guys are moving around to different positions? I guess that's you mentioned the iron sharpens iron from a competition standpoint, but where's the line between it being all about competition and not being able to get on the same page when it's not the same 5 out there?
Well, I think for starters, it helps everybody know that, okay, I got to know my stuff as well as everybody else. So, and me being the center and me being the leader, I feel like it's my job to make sure everybody knows what to do and make sure everybody's studying and learning their plays.
So you don't think rotating everybody as much as you guys have been rotating is hurting everybody being on the same page?
No, definitely not, because when we get into the season, things happen and we need guys to be able to come in and play different positions when we get into it.
And does it seem like with every growing day, kind of Trey gets itchier and itchier about getting out there for contact? It looks like he's just every day, when y'all get through the individual periods, he gets kind of more frustrated because he can't go do the contact stuff. Does it feel like he's just itching to do that?
Yeah, well, Trey's been working hard, and we've all been working hard, so yeah, it's just great to have him out there.
How do you feel about the offensive line, just big picture right now?
I think we've been coming along pretty well. The first scrimmage, we got some things that we need to improve on, but I think overall we're coming along pretty well.
What did you see that first scrimmage that was kind of an emphasis point coming out of there, moving into this week of practice?
Like I said earlier, just us being on the same page and making sure we have all the right calls and just knowing the plays, basically.
What's caught your attention about the freshman tackles so far?
Well, I just know all the freshman tackles, they've came in, they've worked hard, they've got with me, we've studied plays, and just helping out with technique and things like that, so they've been coming along pretty well.
When you say be on the same page, is it a specific communication point, or is it maybe you guys are kind of all stepping in the right foot if it's a run play? Give us kind of an example of what that looks like that didn't maybe happen in the scrimmage on Sunday.
Well, basically, just if we have a play, just me being able to communicate and everybody else being able to come along and know what they got to do, so we all be on the same page. That's basically what I would say.
Brandon, I know that everybody's focused on this year and right here and right now, but you're one of the few guys on the team who's been at a place where you've won a lot of games and had one of those big successful seasons. Is there anything from that experience that you can give to some of the guys on the team about, listen, this is how it's done on a daily basis when you're trying to kind of win everything?
Well, I think the biggest thing is having leaders on the team and them being able to confront people when things aren't going a certain way and being able to tell people to step up and get more in practice. I think that's the biggest thing.
Do you see the program kind of improving in that way?
Most definitely. Like, we have a bunch of leaders that are emerging on the team as we go through our fall camp, and they're really stepping up.
After you've had the injury, like, what's the time period before you really felt like you were like fully back? Was there like an instance or something that happened at a practice to where you're like, okay, and you felt fine after that happened? Was there something that happened that made you completely realize that your knee was fully back then?
Well, I think the spring was a big time for me to get back to where I was, and Geronimo and the training staff, they've done like a great job of, tell me what I could do and what I couldn't do. So I say probably in the spring is when I kind of felt